What's up, 805? Bill Locey here in Studio 805 for the Ventura County Star on Thanksgiving Day. Bad day to be a turkey, once upon a time, almost our national symbol. Remember that famous painting of the Native American locals sharing with the pilgrims at the first New World Thanksgiving? In addition to the fact that each side thought the other talked funny and also dressed funny, the benevolent King Philip, Sachem, or chief of the Pokanockets and leader of the Wampanoag Confederacy, these original Red Yankees ended up in a war named after him with the land-hungry, God-on-their-side colonists. Philip was killed during King Philip's War in 1676. And they put his head in a stick where it remained on display in Plymouth for some years to come after that. Happy Thanksgiving, history fans. And for you music fans, so what's happening tonight? Not much. Did I mention that it's Thanksgiving? If you are not sleeping off your grub, there's always a few hopeless and harmless drunks at the various dive bars around Ventura and probably your town as well. And let me say this about that. If you get lucky on Thanksgiving, you're a stud. There was one live show and a good one at that. Ragin' Cajun dance music with Flambeau at Deer Lodge in Miners Oaks, where everyone is happy except for the deer heads on the wall, evidently the victims of itchy trigger fingers and not wandering eyes that should have been focused watching Bambi in order to assimilate and fully ascribe to the cuteness and cuddly factor. Okay, that's it. What do you want to do? Oh, I know what. Let's do Rock and Roll Call, the record rating service of the internet, designed to cost you or save you those hard-earned George Washingtons, depending. First up, new one by James Blunt, formerly an Army officer in the British Army. His new one is All the Lost Souls. They'll be the ones drinking at the Red Cove in the Sans Souci tonight. It's on Atlantic Record. Blunt has to follow up his smash-a-rooney debut with that snappy hit, You're Beautiful. And pretty much, he succeeds. There's lots of sad songs about getting back with mistake or misunderstood, and his quivering voice adds some authenticity to his pleas for more pain. Blunt has some rock flourishes, including a few abbreviated guitar solos, but mostly it's about a guy with a guitar feeling bad. From Same Mistake, love this line, and maybe someday we will meet and maybe talk and not just speak. That's good. New Blunt, a winner. And then there's this, Horse the Band. Their new album is called A Natural Death on Koch Records. Now, whoever encouraged these guys into continuing their music career beyond the, hey, let's start a band phase, are complete strangers to the truth, but have sufficient salesmanship skills to sell to the idea of a tuba solo to Eric Clapton. One of the worst bands of all time, horses running over the band would sound better than Horse the Band. Playing real fast and with frontman Nathan Winky screaming as if he were giving himself a lobotomy with a rusty screwdriver. Evidently, they surround themselves with stuffed animals on stage because the bass player said, it would be rad to play in a forest surrounded by wildlife every night. I'm not making this up. The reason the animals are stuffed is that the real ones would run away like they run fire, and the trees would grow feet and sprint away like ints at the Forest Olympics. And finally, the Black Stallion, Seabiscuit, Traveler, Trigger, and Mr. Ed, the horses would be better than the two-legged band members, even if their hay was soaked in Jack Daniels. Then there's Chiodos. Their new one is called Bone Palace Ballet on Equal Vision Records. So wow, a band on the cover of Alternative Press magazine that won't have your pets plotting your murder in your sleep, at least not yet. This is Art Rock That Rocks frontman Craig Owens has the Rockstar 101 thing figured out. You can almost see him strutting across the stage and the teenage girls in the front row drooling as if he were some sort of a vertical pork chop, and the band tears it up most convincingly until the second singer, presumably the keyboard player, kicks in with a screamo action, ruining everything. It's like putting a Hitler mustache on Hannah Montana. Their lyrics are half-baked sci-fi themed with D-student high school slacker relationship obtuseness, but there's something cool here. You find it. When someone starts yelling at me, I quit listening. And how about that Ween? Their new one is called Cucaracha on Rounder Records. There's cockroaches, one of the least favorite critters of all time, all over the cover, as these nerd rockers write dopey songs about nothing in particular that their fans, weenies, I don't know, will no doubt love. If the doofuses in the Algebra Club in high school had a band, it would be Ween. It would sound something like this. From the deadpan hilarious song Object, the subject is, you're just a piece of meat and I'm a butcher. I heard them do that when they played at the Ventura Theater a few weeks back. Funny. Ween, minimalist rockers that maximize mirth once again. Live, there's 200% more guitar solos than there is on the record. Okay, wow, let's do one more. Iron and Wine, one of the cool teachers at Oxford High School told me about these guys. Iron and Wine, the album is called The Shepherd's Dog, and it's on one of the great labels left over, Sub Pop. This one is heaped in hype and deservedly so. Sam Beam, he's the guy behind it all, has transcended the whole mellow folky thing by adding cool stuff like a hot band behind him. And one of the songs sounds like Harry Nilsson, and no one's better than Harry. And on The Devil Never Sleeps, it sounds like some kind of cool Norman Whitfield late 60s Motown jam stuff going on. A long-haired weird beard and not MTV ready? Too bad, because when Beam brings back the hippie look, When it comes back to nostalgia, all those skinheads in black hoodies will be so lame, and all those deadheads who've been spinning around aimlessly since Jerry died will be like gods. Hell yeah. And even though wine is a poor source of iron, wine is a great source of bad advice. I was up to talking to Beam this week, but he's not doing press, and now neither are you. Okay, got to roll back to Ventura. Thanks for being too lazy to hoist one of those heavy, it's heavy, man, newspapers. Need to read newspapers. Listen to Air America for the other side, and also watch Jon Stewart, Keith Olbermann, and even the Fox Comedy Channel. Don't you think Sean Hannity missed his calling as a concentration camp guard rather than making stupid people dumber? Bill Locey, Studio 805, Ventura County Star, saying save the top hat, save yourselves. Go check out some live music. And remember, if no one tells you how to act, then how are you going to be?